Hello, everybody. It's Jeffrey and
Yeah.
Debbie. This is my wife.
Yep.
And Debbie has a message for you today from the Bible.
Yeah, usually it's Jeff giving the messages, but I've been called to do a verse because of my depression, and I was wanting to reach out to people because of how I feel, and I feel that we don't need to look at what the world thinks of us and more of what God thinks of us. The verse that I tend to turn to is Psalms 139, verse 14. It says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. And I feel in that verse that God's speaking to us, letting us know that we're perfectly made in his image, and that it doesn't matter what the world thinks of you. It doesn't. You know, you gotta love yourself for who you are. Because if you start looking at yourself the way the world looks at you, you're gonna get depressed.
Yep.
And I've dealt with depression for years. My self-image is, ask him, my self-image is nil.
Well, I love you very much. I think you're the best. So.
Yeah, I know you do, but to love yourself is hard.
Yep.
And I know you struggle with that.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do.
But knowing that God made me the way I am, I have to take pride in that.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives me some peace.
He made you your way for a reason.
Exactly. And
the way you are.
And I think that's the point that I wanted to make with that verse, and that because that's what it makes me feel. And you know, people, you're not alone either.
I know a lot of times I'll get depressed and I'll worry, what do people think of me? I acted a silly way. People think I'm, silly or weird or, dumb or whatnot.
Right.
Or sometimes your looks, I'll be like, oh, well, I'm bald or I'm this or I'm that. And I mean, you see it in Hollywood, people, they have the liposuction.
Exactly. Exactly. Here I am sitting here doing this without even my teeth in. I mean, because I'm not vain.
Right.
I mean, because that's a sin, being vain.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know, I mean, I'm not proud, but I tried to commit suicide myself.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I didn't think I was worthy. And I think this verse gives me that peace that, you know what, he made me for the way I am. I have a purpose. Therefore, I am worthy of being loved.
No, I love how he made you. You're a wonderful person.
Thank you.
No, you're my best friend. So.
You're mine. And another thing, there was another verse 16, the same chapter. It says, thine eyes did see my substance, yet being unperfect. And in thy book, all my members were written, which in continuance were fashioned, when as yet there was none of them. To me, that God wrote my book. So, and he's the greatest author there is.
So, he wrote your story?
Yep. And that's what I know it is a sin to have tattoos. You're not supposed to. I've got 2 now. But one that I had, my first tattoo, is that my story's not over yet. Because I didn't write the book.
Right.
Only he knows.
So you can't put the period because God needs to, right?
Exactly. And there was another verse, and I can't remember the quote that I was thinking of, that the one there that I was telling you about, something to do with the author, so stop stealing the pen.
Uh-huh.
When I saw that, and it stuck with my tattoo that I have, and I've reached out to people at work when I used to be face to face with patients, and they'd see my tattoo and they'd see my semicolon because I'm a suicide survivor. It's showing you that your story's not over yet. Right. God wrote the story, and only he knows when it ends.
Yeah.
And we're here for a purpose, and until then, we do his work. And we share his word the best we can.
Well, I think that's really nice.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.